Come on, you can do it. Ah, silly thing. Where's that phone of mine? Maybe get some music. Some music. Be a hard thing. Okay, now we are open here. How far did we make it? We made it into the input system. And this serializable object, this probably should be. Been sitting here thinking about that. It's actually in here, so we don't need this to have it. No more. Okay. We don't need that no more. Pretty sure we don't need builds anymore. That's actually code that I don't even use. Okay, and that will generate some errors. Let's let Unity search through them before me. Okay. So OnStart inherits from member. Let's look at that. OnStart. Make sure it overrides. Well, it's OnStart inherits from there, but I really don't want it to inherit, so it's gonna have to. Well, let's start with our player here. We need to get our player. Oh, we can't see it without fixing the compiler errors. Okay. Instead of base, we would be calling. Um, what would we call info? Oh, base.weapon info. It's going to be up here, and it's going to be just weapon info. We won't be calling it from base. So let's go. Where was it again? Ah, I don't want to search. There. Weapon info. Instead of base, we'll be calling it from here instead. And here. Oh, come on. Weapon info, weapon info. Okay, let's save. Go back into here for compiler errors and stuff. And we only have one now. Okay. Base.weapon info. Cut that out because we don't need it. And I have no clue why the compiler does that for. Okay, so we have this. We've got our base behavior. We got our character controller thing that needs to be there. A weapon object, weapon. Our inputs, which we have no inputs set up on here yet, which is fine. But we do have it, so what in this player script? And there's player script. Maybe we should make a variable for a weapon. Yeah. And we'll do a public for now. And it's gonna call war. Yes, weapon. Okay. And that will do it for that. Now, for our weapon script, we're going to have to do an on enable or something. On start, on enable. What are we going to do? We have this. Sway, weapon states. I like it on enable and on disable for this. Because if we do a public, no. Does it have to be public? Let's make sure we spell this right, because if we don't spell it right, it acts really dumb. And can we go to the Unity API from here? Yes. Unity API. Scripting references. Yeah. Okay, we'll go into the mono behavior ones. Okay, mono behavior. And this gives us all the commands that it will be doing. On enable, on visible, that's not useful. Collision, no. On disable and on enable. Okay, on disable and on enable, like this. We'll go into scripting here. Not for the player, but weapon. And we will just give us on enable and on disable. Void on okay, so on enable, are we going to need it? Well, this isn't going to be, well, it is going to be a mono behavior, but it's not going to be driven for the variables for this, like that. We don't want it to run like a mono behavior. Now, I know this is going to throw some errors, but that's okay. We'll deal with that. On update, it doesn't have a fire, so we're going to have to throw some inputs in here. So definitely a on enable setup. Well, we're not going to want it to be on enable all the time like that, are we? We can do some checks and stuff, but for the most part, I don't know. Because if I think about it, the player will be enabled automatically. Crap. There's some compiler errors. Okay. We'll fix that. Because referencing it, we don't need to make this public. We can make this protected. Not prop, protected. Puts not. Oh, I don't want. I want war inputs. Okay, so we got that, and all we have to do and this is what those errors are all about. Definition, fire, zoom. Okay, okay, okay. So let's just click. Ooh, there's a bunch of those too. Base.fire, we're gonna do base.input, base.input, and reloading. That will be fine. That can't be all of them. Okay, yeah. That's what I was thinking. I was like, wait a minute. That can't possibly be all their references. And if I do base and then do a global one, it'll just be messing everything up. Phones. They're ridiculous. I've always got to be charged. Tell you, that thing goes dead more than anything. Dot. And we should have no problem doing this. Okay. The editor scripts is what I want, though. That's the thing. It's crazy. If I made editor scripts, that would be really sweet. Maybe we'll get into some editor scripts pretty soon. Make this a lot easier to work with. And it's not for, possibly, I don't know. Let's go protected. But we can still put a serializable field so we can see it. And weapon info is nothing but a weapon object, so actually this can be its own, go into classes. We don't even need this to be in here. Yeah. Okay, yeah, we're definitely gonna dump this into classes and get rid of this file too. Because there's no sense in doing that. So where's classes? Where's classes? Classes? Oh, I don't have the classes for this folder. Okay, so if I put classes from here over to there, it's probably gonna dump it and be all dumb. So what I'm gonna do instead is I'll just call this classes. Will this break it? Probably. It'll need to recompile, and this is open, so we need to junk it. Okay. Reopen it. Alright. Classes. We got weapon object and that.